This week on the podcast, we've written songs about Final Destination, a movie that warned us about Boeing 25 years ago. Hello, and welcome to the Royds Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And we are back once again talking about the year 2000's Final Destination. Andy, how are you?
I'm good. Wow. You good? You okay?
Yeah, I was really struggling to think of a rhyme for destination.
Okay.
Andy, how's your ant infestation?
Don't have one.
Well, I'm feeling better now, though, so...
Okay, good. You could, right now, as of this record, I am on spring break, so you could say, how was your vacation?
How would I know that?
I guess you wouldn't.
I'm not a mind reader.
Rob.
Andy, you've really got an attitude problem, man. You think everyone should just know your business. Know your beeswax.
You know what, Robbie? Not only do I have an attitude problem, but I have an altitude problem.
Oh my God, yeah. I've been trying to get you down from there.
I get lightheaded.
All right.
Yeah, the air gets thin.
Yeah, you got a nosebleed?
Yeah, sometimes I faint.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Like one of those fainting goats. A fainting Andy.
Yeah. I get scared and I just plop over.
And that's your final destination.
Wow, that's good.
It is good,
That's
right?
good, Robbie.
Yeah, I brought it all back.
He's done it.
Once again, talking about the year 2000's Final Destination.
Nice.
I said back, so it triggered me.
Yeah, listen.
I don't know what's going on.
Robbie, you're crushing it.
I'm crushing cans of non-alcoholic beer. O'Tools, because I'm a tool. I'm sorry.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's just word association.
And that's part of our thing.
Everyone
here at the
loves
Royds Review podcast.
Word association.
Everyone.
Andy, have you ever seen Final Destination?
I have. Yeah.
You'd seen this
a bunch
before.
Of these. Yeah. And I would say that this is a franchise that gets better as it goes.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that you said that because I thought you were going to say it gets worse. And I was like, oh, no.
No, it gets better. It gets better.
Very cool.
Because I think that this is a pretty interesting concept.
Yeah.
I think the execution at times in this movie is really silly. And
I
not
think
that that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that that's a bad thing. But you could make a good, like a straight up good movie, not like a, oh, haha, that's good because I'm laughing. But like you could make a, oh, wow, that's good and spooky and interesting, makes me think. But like, I don't know. This movie, I'll tell you what, I saw this a long time ago. And as I was watching, I was like, oh, I remember how this person dies. I remember how this person dies. And then there were a couple who were like, I don't remember. In fact, I don't remember the last third of this movie. And you know why?
Why?
Because it sucks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
I was clutching my pearls.
yeah. I noticed those pearls. They look real nice.
Yeah, my pearl necklace.
Really, really brings out your eyes.
Yeah, thank you.
Your brown eyes.
You
got more than one butthole.
Eyes.
But you got two buttholes.
I do have two buttholes, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a butthole where my wiener would be. I'm sorry.
Robbie. Where and when would you say this movie came out?
I'd say this movie came out on Earth.
Okay. That tracks.
I'd say it came out in the year of our Megazord, 2000.
The year 2000. Y2K.
Wow. Something that was real and we all died.
Yep.
I remember the panic, and it was justified.
Yeah, I remember the panic, but I also remember not understanding it.
Oh, I didn't
still
get it
don't
either.
fully understand. Isn't it like, oh, the computers, they the latest year they had was 1999, so like the next year everything's gonna crash.
Yeah, they thought that the computers would then think it was the year 1900 or something like that. Or I don't know. People were stupid back then, and they're stupid now.
I would argue they're stupider.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna start at. Speaking of stupid, I'm gonna start at number 38.
I thought you were gonna say, speaking of stupid, Rob, and I would have cried.
Oh, you're crying now.
Yep, I did it.
Doesn't take much, does it, Robbie?
Nah.
That's all right.
Andy,
I'm here for you.
I already forgot what number you said.
38. And
Wow.
it's Final Destination, Robbie.
Final Destination.
Hey. It made $112 million.
Now, Andy,
Yes, Robbie.
what was Final Destination's budget?
Robbie, I'm so thrilled that you asked.
I'm thrilled I asked as well.
Yeah, you're gonna have to provide that though.
I can do that with ease. I can do that with a plum. It's $23 million.
Oh, this made bank, brother.
It made money, which makes sense why they just kept churning them out.
Yeah, but you know what? I think they learned from this. Because from what I remember, the rest of them, it's just like weird, goofy deaths. And that's why we're here.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm going to go ahead and jump to the top, let's say 5.
Oh, what a big leap.
Yeah. Number 5 is Dinosaur.
That's the Disney movie I've never seen.
Yeah, it's a Disney movie that I play for the kids, but then there is a point in the movie where he says hell, and they all go, "We cussed!" And I'm like, all right, you gotta relax. You gotta relax. We're all still alive. Nobody's on fire. You gotta relax.
When I was in 7th grade, one of those kids said hell, and the teacher said, "Hey, don't curse." And this kid looks her right in the eye and said, "Hell's not a curse, it's a place. Eisenhower Park's a place. Is that a curse?"
Holy shit. That kid's good. That's a smart kid.
Yeah, I fucking lost it. The whole class lost it.
Yeah.
He got in a lot of trouble.
Good. Yeah, well, that last part was real rude.
No, it's not.
Sure it is. You're talking back.
No. He proved you wrong.
That's true. If I were the teacher, I'd let that go. I'd just be like, all right, yeah, you got it. Just don't say it here.
When I was a kid, I didn't have a printer or a computer at home, so I had to handwrite my essays. And they'd be like, "You have to write it in print." And I was like, "Then why did I learn cursive? Why did you make me learn cursive all these years?"
Hell yeah, Robbie.
And then they got mad at me. So I remember one time I said to my parents, I was like, "Oh, I forgot how to write in print." I got in a lot of trouble for that one. Well, but that was my overall point, is that like, you made me learn cursive, and then when I had to handwrite my essays, it's like, no, make it easy on us. Print.
Yeah, no, you are correct. Because as you learn, as you get older, hey, adults are just as clueless as you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got a quick story. 2001, this thing happened 9/11.
Dear God.
Yeah. And I was in 5th grade.
Tragic story, Andy.
Yeah, starting off pretty rough. I was in 5th grade, and the teacher started, like, we'd do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then she'd make us sing, "I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free." Like, she made us sing that. And, like, I'm watching that. I'm sorry, I'm doing it, but I'm like, this is weird.
Oh, it's very weird.
And then the South Park episode came out where they build the tower, like that big tower to like the moon or something. I forget what the premise is.
I don't remember it, yeah.
In the episode, there are people singing about it, like they're making songs, and they're directly pointing a finger at those people and saying like, "Oh, they're trying to make money off of a tragedy." And I made the connection from South Park to what my teacher was doing, and so I refused to do it. Like, I'd do the pledge, and then I'd sit down. And she was like, why are you sitting down? Do you hate America? Are you a terrorist?
Oh, my
And
God.
I was like, no, I just don't think it's right that this person's making money off of a tragedy. And other kids, they were like, oh, Captain, my Captain. They sat down, too. And I was like, I was leading the charge. I felt it was the greatest feeling I ever had in my life. And then she eventually stopped, and she was like, oh. But I was on the shit list the rest of that year, brother.
That was Lee Greenwood, I believe, right?
I don't remember.
I'm like pretty
I think
sure
it was Green Leewood, actually.
I think that's wrong.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, because the song's God Bless the USA.
Yes, that's the one. Number 4.
That song
Number 4 is...
fucking sucks, by the way.
Oh, yeah, dude. The only good song that's about America is the national anthem.
No, I mean, that song's all right.
That song's all right?
Yeah.
What are you, a communist?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
I'll be honest, God Bless America sucks.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in trouble.
Why?
Also, God Bless the USA came out in 1984.
Huh. Well, there goes my argument. He definitely did a big re-release.
Oh, yeah. You know what song was definitely capitalizing on it, though? Paul McCartney's Freedom. Remember that one?
Remember that.
That song fucking blows.
Hey,
that's
makes
bad
sense.
to the bone, but I'm singing blows.
Yes, that's pretty good. Number 4 is What Women Want.
A big, fat hog. For a pig roast.
That's what women want.
Yeah, they want to have a nice pig roast.
They want pork.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andy, women love pork.
Is that true? I don't
know, dude. All I know, I like pork.
Okay. All right.
Which means nothing.
I would say what women want generally is, freedom of choice. All right. Number 3 is Castaway.
A new dishwasher. The choice of which dishwasher to buy at Home Depot.
Maytag or General Electronics. Okay. Number 3 is Castaway. What do you got for that?
What do I got for Castaway?
Yeah, what do you got?
I got nothing for Castaway. Something about Epstein's Island, maybe? I don't know.
Hey, there you go. Well, next time we do a 2000 movie, Robbie will have it.
Yeah, you know what? Or if you're watching this or listening, just imagine I made a joke there. It's really funny. Start laughing.
Robbie.
Oh, man.
Number 2 is, previous episode, check it out, Gladiator with $460 million.
Oh, Gladiator? More like Sadiator. My family's dead.
He was pretty sad.
Yeah, I mean,
had his family being murdered. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean, movie.
His kid was fucking stupid, not getting out of the way of that horse. But
yeah,
he
but
just
you know
stood
what?
there.
His kid lived on to do Gladiator 2.
Did he?
A worse movie. Yeah, remember that's his dad. It's
Oh
not the
yeah,
kid
but
who got trampled by the horse.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Different.
Okay, yeah.
Number 1 is previous episode. Check it out. Mission Impossible Ducks. That's 2
that movie.
French.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I thought it meant poop.
It can.
Yeah. Deuce. Dropping a deuce. Mission Impossible dropping a deuce. It's like, I've been constipated. This is Mission Impossible.
Robbie, you're gonna burst something.
Yeah, probably. But I do it for the bit, Andy.
For the bit.
For the bit,
FTB.
I take a shit.
Hey, we should talk about this movie, Final Destination.
Yeah, but I need to change my pants.
All right, let's pause, and then Robbie will be back with a fresh set of slacks.
These opening credits are really creepy. And
yeah, they go on a bit long.
They do go on long, and then it's just them getting ready for the trip. But at first, I'm like, ooh, this is going to be a spooky one. And Laura's like, and I'm going to be honest, there were parts of this movie I was going, I'm scared.
Really? I'm interested to learn of those.
Most of it. I'm a very easily scared man. When I was a kid, I got scared during Toy Story because I thought Buzz was going to die.
Toy Story, a previous episode, check it out, does have some spooky stuff. Like, all Sid's toys are fucking terrifying.
Oh, those didn't scare me. It was literally when he tied the rocket to Buzz. I was in the theater. I was 6. And I was like, he's gonna kill him.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a fine reaction.
Oh,
you were 6.
Okay, but I was stupid. Like, if a 6-year-old did that next to me, I'd punch them in the mouth.
Yo, Robbie, you should cut that out.
Okay.
You could leave it in. It's funny. It's funny. He jests.
Don't put words in my mouth.
He simply joshes.
Don't. I Drake. All right. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Griswold Drake. That's you, Robbie.
We meet Alex. He's getting ready to go to Paris with his friends. For some reason, his dad is like, you have your whole life ahead of you. And it's like, dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. There's a lot of that.
What?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Whenever any character in any movie is looking towards the far future, it's like, oh, they're dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Also, this main guy, Alex.
Yeah.
He's got a permanent dumb guy face. And I think it's because he never closes his mouth.
It's the early 2000s.
This entire movie. Yeah, but like, close your mouth, dude. Birds
I
will
don't disagree with that. Oh. Yeah, listen to your grandpa, Andy.
Yeah. That's how you catch sparrows, brother.
Spearos.
Oh.
Theros.
Oh.
At the airport, there's like 2 chaperones for like 100 kids.
Yeah.
It's like, they're going to France. They're going across the pond.
Yeah, but like if you look at some of them, they're like 30. So
yeah.
Good. Yeah. Alex
keeps getting distracted by the large board. This kid just seems paranoid to begin with.
Yeah, I think they do a pretty good job at establishing that he's already kind of a weirdo.
Right.
In everybody's eyes.
Well, he's also already like covered in sweat. I'd be like, I don't want to sit next to him.
Yeah, that guy's got BO for sure. Yeah, I kind of like their friend dynamic. Him and
Todd.
Yeah. I like how he's like, yo, let's go shit. And he's like, what? Like, yeah, because what if like girls and they don't like shit? So let's shit now. And he's like, well, okay. They go dump together. It's weird.
He's absolutely right. Like, this is an example of wrong formula, right answer. Because, like, the idea of being like, hey, if shit in the airport before you get on the plane. It's a 6-hour flight. You don't know what's going to happen. Airplane bathrooms are small. They're not comfortable. So the idea to be like, no, go use the bathroom before we get on this flight. Smart idea. Objectively smart.
Yeah. Reasoning
of, because you never know, the pretty girl might be behind you. Not really the right reason. But it's also how teenage boys think.
Yeah. That's for true. And while they're dropping dukers in the turlet, John Denver's song comes on. And he's like, John Denver died in a plane crash.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If I heard a John Denver song while I was on my way to the airport, I'm not getting on that plane. It's like if I heard a Buddy Holly or a Leonard Skinner song on my way to the airport, I'm not getting on that plane.
What about Big Bopper?
Nope. Oh my God, Crazy Train by Ozzy? No, get off the turn around. We ain't getting on this plane.
What about Crazy Plane by Ozzy?
Is that a song?
Nope.
I didn't think so. So no, I wouldn't turn because it's not. I wouldn't hear it.
Well, you'd be like, wow, this is unreleased Ozzy. This is pretty
incredible.
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
We also see Ali Larter's character. What is her character's name?
Is that the girl who survives throughout the whole thing?
Yes.
Clear River? Is that her name?
Yes, that is how it's spelled. But they keep calling her Claire. And I don't know if her name is supposed to be Claire or Clear. Her parents must be hippies.
Well, her dad's dead.
Is he? Did they establish that? Oh, they do say that at one point.
Yeah. Some guy blew his head off. Is what
Pretty cool.
Yeah, let's see that in the movie. Yeah, we don't have to.
We also see her before getting on the plane. She's just reading about Princess Diana's crash.
Is she?
Yeah,
Interesting.
like this is a few years after that. Why is this even in the magazine still? Unless it's an old mag.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. You never know.
They board the plane. It's pouring outside. There's lightning and stuff. This plane shouldn't even take off.
Yeah, that's true. There's a well, that might just be in his dream.
Well, no, this is, I guess this could still be in his dream, but
Yeah.
no, because they're getting on the plane, because when he wakes up
Right.
from his
And he
dream, he's
actually-
on the plane.
Right, he actually already got on the plane. Yeah, you are for true. You are for true, Robbie.
As Alex...
Fortuitous.
Ooh. As Alex and friends board the plane, they see a crying baby and a disabled person, and a dude says it'd have to be a fucked up god to take down the plane. Gotta agree. But I also finally get the Family Guy reference 22 years later. Do you remember the episode when Peter becomes Death?
Yes.
And they go, you have to take down this plane. And he gets on the plane and he's looking around and he sees like a baby. And then he sees like a Girl Scout troop and they're going, we like being alive. We like being alive.
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
As the flight takes off, Alex is clearly not having a good time. Before long, there's some turbulence, then some really bad turbulence. This is awesome. This scene of the plane going down and everyone dying. Like, the window rips off, and we see people getting sucked out of the plane. There's a giant fireball, and we even see him get engulfed in flames.
Yeah,
it's
that's
revealed
cool.
Yeah, it's revealed it's all a dream, but I really like that.
Dude, he wakes up drenched in sweat, and he's hyperventilating.
I would be too.
If I were on this plane, and somebody woke up, and they were saying, like, this plane's gonna crash, and they were all sweaty, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna get off too.
Me too.
Because you never know.
Yeah. Cool. He wakes up and he's being asked to like move seats again, and then he reenacts the dream because the thing like pops off, and he freaks out. And the guy goes, "We're gonna have to escort you out." He goes, "I'll escort myself out."
It's like, fuck you, I'm out, brother.
And even I would also be out. I don't blame him at all.
Yeah.
Alex and a group, including Carter and Terry, are kicked off the plane for fighting. Clear also leaves the plane. The pilot won't let anyone back on the plane, but one of the teachers is like, yo, these kids need a chaperone.
Yeah, that's true.
So they let one of the teachers back on the plane, and as Alex fights Carter, the plane fucking explodes, and Sean William Scott's just watching it.
Yeah, it blows out the windows of the airport.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Pretty cool. And I like
Also,
how they're all like awestruck.
I would be.
They do a pretty good job of the acting in this movie's not great.
No.
But there are moments like this moment where everybody's just like looking and they're like, what the like this is pretty good job, guys.
Everyone here kind of looks at Alex like, what did you do?
Are you a terrorist?
And that's totally fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because how else do you predict that happening? You don't.
No.
Alex gets questioned by authorities, which is, again, totally fair.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else gets questions. Clear is the only one who is not connected to anybody who got off the plane. She just believed Alex. And I feel bad for Miss Luton here because she has some real survivor's guilt. Because she was like, no, you get back on the plane. You speak French or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You could, like, if this was a better movie, you could do a lot more with this.
Right.
But it's not. It's more like it's trying to do like a teen slasher thing, but without a slasher. It's like just fate, which is cool.
Yeah. And it's also like, that's not this movie to explore survivor's guilt.
Right.
That's not why we're here. One of the things that this movie has going for it is it's an hour and 39 minutes long.
Yeah. Yes. Very brief.
We're not exploring ideas of guilt and stuff here.
Right. But also Nassau County.
Yeah.
Agent Shrek.
he gets there and goes, get out of my swamp.
Yeah. He's got a donkey next to him.
Yeah.
The whole movie. But previous episode, check it out, by the way. Yeah, didn't remember it taking place in Nassau County. Now I know why there's no black people. Hello.
Which is so, Andy, that's also so wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess in the class, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Long Island's very segregated, unfortunately.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Sure is.
The news says that the police are pessimistic that anyone survived. The news is probably the worst thing Alex can watch right now. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I get that, because, like, when you're in it, you're just like...
You're in it to win it.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the thing I'm looking for, but sure. When you're just, like, you're like... That's the only thing you could think about. It's the only thing you could understand at the time. I understand that.
I guess, but... I don't know. I'm looking for an escape.
Well, this guy also never closes his mouth, so...
That's true.
We can only assume he's an idiot. Yeah.
39 days later, there's a memorial for the 39 people who died. The dude, Carter, who fought with Alex, is like, I'm never gonna die. It's like, dude, even at 17, I knew I was gonna die at some point.
Like, we all know death is inevitable, right, man? Like, come on. That's classic bully jock. And his girl, like, him trying to fight, and his girlfriend, like, no, he's not. Stop. No, calm down. Get that shit out of my fucking face.
Billy, that's Sean William Scott. He walks up to Alex and goes, am I gonna die young? And he's like, dude, don't do that. Then he goes, all right. Will this girl go out with me?
Yeah. This is where I was like, yeah, I like Sean William Scott. He outstays his welcome.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It was a welcome thing when he dies.
Yes. Also, best death in the movie.
Yes. No, second best to me.
Okay, we'll go over it. Matter of fact, I have ratings for each death.
I can't wait.
And I you know what, Robbie, I implore you to join me.
Okay, we're here.
Hey, we're here. We might as well, right?
The teacher, Miss Luton, is afraid of Alex. That's pretty sad. And then Alex and Todd catch up. And I love that he needs to put, don't take this the wrong way, before telling his friend, I miss you. Wow, thanks, masculinity.
Yeah. You said no homo, but, like, I miss you. Shut up. Shut up.
Clear thanks, Alex, for warning everybody. And then Todd gives a speech, and Alex has, like, some sort of vision or something. And as Todd is in the bathroom that night, his toilet has a leak.
That's for real scary.
Yeah, I was spooked out by that.
When your toilet leaks.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, is that
like,
pee-pee water?
Right, do I have to call a plumber? Am I out like a couple $100? What's going on? Yeah, you gotta taste it.
Yeah.
You just, off the floor, you slurp it. Like a fucking rub.
Oh, no.
But, also, brother, no shaving cream, not even water. He's just like dry razor to his neck. Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
Know, man. You never know, man. Some people just do the thing.
Yeah. Although he does I'm going to backtrack a little bit. He makes plans with Alex. And that is important.
There's a suicide pact.
No. He says, like, hey, after all this blows over, like, maybe we take a road trip. Maybe we get a couple beers. Maybe we explore each other's bodies.
17, guys.
We explore each other's bodies and see what happens.
Hey, and he's 17.
Yeah. And Alex is like, yo, no homo, but I'm into that.
No.
Yeah.
No homo, but
I watched.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I don't think that works, dude.
No, I don't think it does either. But I watched the extended cut, and that was there.
Was it?
No, I made that up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured you did.
That's my fanfic.
Nice. And you're a fan dick.
Hey.
Alex has a den of madness in his house, and he's investigating explosions and mysteries and stuff. And then he pulls out his penthouse, but just can't stop reading the newspaper.
Yeah, well, I think he sees clear.
Well, do you know what he sees in penthouse? Boobies.
He sees clear her picture in the paper, and that's what this is how I read it.
He
That's
goes,
what gets him going.
he's like, I'm gonna beat to that.
Yeah, like he opens the penthouse. He's like, those are some boobies, but like I actually like Claire. So then he like closes the penthouse, but then an owl hits the window.
Yeah, he does, and he just throws his magazine at it.
Yeah, and it shreds. The fan shreds his magazine.
Yeah, and the word Todd and a scrap of paper floats onto his lap or whatever.
A premonition, Robbie.
Ooh. Cut back to Todd, and the water or Listerine is following him around the bathroom. He eventually slips. I have no idea what happened here, but like a cord gets wrapped around his neck like a fishing wire, and he just basically asphyxiates in the bathroom.
Yeah,
making it look like a suicide.
Yeah, but so it was like a clothesline.
Okay.
Like for drying clothes or whatever. And he slips, his neck goes right into it. One of the things, I would imagine it's suction to the wall, but it broke off, wrapped around his neck. The other one stuck to the wall, and then like all the shampoos and shit hit in the bathtub. So now it's slippery, he can't get up, and he dies. Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal.
The deaths in this movie are pretty brutal. Well, some of them.
Yeah. This is one of the better ones. I would say it's 7 out of 10.
Okay, so you're giving this one a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, because this one, I remember when I first saw this movie, this stuck with me. And I was like, wow, that was pretty horrifying and disturbing. Especially because the blood vessels burst in his eyes, and that freaks me the fuck out.
That was awesome. That looked so good. The detail of the blood vessels bursting. I loved that.
Yucky. But, yeah, truly horrifying to imagine, like, this is how I'm going to die in my fucking shower? Okay.
Listen, if I'm going to die in a bathtub, it's because I did it intentionally. You're finding a toaster or a hairdryer in there with me or something.
Okay. Just note to self, keep an eye on Robbie.
That's honestly what I thought was going to happen to him, is that, like, some piece of he was going to fall into the water with electronics or something.
Right.
And then it was like a goofy death, and I was like, pretty cool.
Yeah. Spooky, though.
Yeah, it is pretty spooky. Because then the goo goes away on its own.
That I did not like.
That's what tipped me off. Was like, oh, we're dealing with some, like, legit supernatural shit here. Like,
yeah. And I don't like that.
Yeah, it kind of is like, that's weird.
I like it being like, oh, it's fate. Like, you were supposed to die there, but you didn't, so now you're going to die in a different way. I don't like that it's something that's actively hunting you and that you can avoid it in a way. I don't like that. I like just it being a shopping list that's getting checked off. Like, well, all right, now you die here.
I like the idea of, like, trying to avoid it, but I just don't want to see the visualization of this thing following people and then going away.
Yes, that's dumb. It's if the water stayed there, fine.
Right.
But the water goes away. It's like, what?
Yeah, that was dumb to me. That looked really silly.
And also, like, later we get into, like, there's rules. Get that out of my face. I'm not here for rules.
See, I don't really mind the rules because they talk about the pattern, and that I don't mind per se.
Yeah, and I understand the pattern. Like, okay, in the order in which you died in my premonition is the order in which you're gonna die in real life. I like that, but, like, rules.
Well,
like,
it's not how they die in the premonition. Is where they were seated on the plane is how they're supposed to die.
And if they were on the plane.
Right. That's how. That's the order of which they would have died in.
Okay. So, yes, gotcha. But in the premonition, Todd dies first because the radio hits him in the back of the head, kills him. In the premonition.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was quick.
Well, also, Todd died first here, though.
Right.
So
that's in the premonition.
Yeah.
He died first in the premonition.
Okay.
The premonition.
Ooh.
It's a premo premonition.
Premio sausage nation.
Hey.
A hot sauce.
Hey. I'm talking glizzies.
Hey. Alex just runs to Todd's house and sees his body being taken away.
Yeah, and his dad just walks up to him and is like, you did this.
I understand why he's like, you made Todd kill himself. It's like, why? Wow.
Yeah. But his response is valid. He's like, but he made plans with me. He didn't kill himself.
But the dad doesn't know that.
Right. But it is also very weird that you're here.
It is. It's like, dude,
It's
you
also
can't just do that.
Really weird that Claire is there.
It is, but
they never really touch on that, do they?
Well, they do, because eventually they're like, they have this thing later on where Claire and Alex are connected in some way. They have a connection.
Yeah.
Alex goes to Ali Larter's house, or Claire, and she's just like welding.
Yes, this is my favorite line in the movie. Is
I'm doing weld.
Robbie, give yourself a pat on the back. That's good. That's good. Too hard, Robbie. Robbie. Oh my god. I like that she points to this weird abstract art that she's made.
Yeah.
She's like, "Do you know what this is?" And he pauses and he goes, "Springhead guy." That's exactly what I would have said as well.
Yeah, that's
I don't know,
fair.
Springhead guy? And she's like, no, that's you. And he's like, okay.
I don't look like that at all.
That's not what I look like. Also, this thing's mouth isn't open. It really bothered me. It really bothered me.
I can tell.
Yeah, just like, don't do that. Just close your mouth, man. What are you doing? Nobody walks around like, what are you doing?
Claire shows off some of her art. That's where they talk about the connection between the two of them. And then they just break into a funeral home. And she's like,
yes.
And she's like, this makes me wet.
Yes, she does take a beat. She takes a beat to be like, I'm fucking ready, brother.
Yeah. And then they just look at their friend's dead body.
Yeah. Yeah, they come upon like right where he is. There's no other bodies. Then there's a strange man who explains the movie to them.
Tony Todd, playing Dr. Bloodworth or whatever, comes out of...
right?
Yeah, he passed away very recently.
Yeah.
Comes out of fucking nowhere. And he's not mad at the people who have broken into the funeral home and are looking at a dead body. Instead, he's like, in death, there are no accidents. Death has a new design for all of you.
Yeah. And he's just super ominous, and I loved it, honestly. I was like, hell yeah.
Best part of the movie.
Yeah, but also...
He's like, don't fuck with death.
Yeah. But also, like, who is this?
I think he's a mortician.
He's wearing suspenders, though, which made me think, okay, he's like a cop or an FBI agent?
No, I think he's literally just a funeral home director.
Okay. But like, what it made me think because
he's the owner of Bloodworth Funeral Homes and has expert knowledge of death and its forces or capacities.
Nobody has that.
Well, that's in his Wikipedia.
Okay. I mean, it made me think because he's so strange and ominous and seems to be all-knowing. Was that death or fate? Like the embodiment of death or fate? Like giving them a warning? Because we've already established we're in Spookville. We're in like supernatural Spookville.
Yeah. I don't think so, because he's like, don't fuck with death. Right. But like, I don't think he is death. I think he just owns a funeral home and is just a really creepy dude.
Well, like, they're like, so can you cheat death? And he's like, well, you already did. Like when you got off the plane. So like now everything's up in the air, brother. It kind of to me it felt like he was like, I'm coming for you.
That honestly, I could see that. I understand why you'd read it that way. I didn't see so. I thought it was just a fun little Tony Todd cameo, being like,
yeah, because he was in Candyman.
Yeah.
Do you know
Christina Aguilera's song Candyman?
Yeah, he was in that. He's playing drums.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But you know, in Candyman, you know how like he opens his mouth and like bees come out?
Yeah. Oh, I saw that. The bee. I know you're gonna talk about. Yeah.
So like he was like, I ain't doing that, and they were like, we'll pay you $1,000 every time you get stung. And he was like, all right, I'll do it.
And he got stung like 23 times or something like that?
Yeah.
I guess that's worth it.
Yeah, I would probably up it a little bit.
Oh, yeah, me too. I was stung 100 times.
They're like, no, you weren't. Sir,
so that's 8,000. 8,000.
Sir, are you familiar with numbers?
We didn't put the bees on you yet.
Yeah. You're still in talk. You're like signing the contract. You're like, ow, I got stung by 8,000 bees. You're like, sir, it's not working.
8,000 bees. Alex tells Clear that they need to recognize the pattern in order to cheat death, and they are supposed to die on the plane. Carter and Alex yell at each other, and then Carter's girlfriend Terry walks away from them and gets hit by a bus, and blood splatters all over them. This was my favorite death in the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I gave this a 5 out of 10. What would you give this, Robbie?
I gave this like an 8 out of 10.
Damn. What would you give the shower one?
I really like that, but I kind of got to agree with you on 7 out of 10.
Okay.
What would you
give the clam chowder one?
What?
I don't know.
Oh, because the shower. Yeah, I get you. Okay. I really liked because it was so abrupt, and seeing the blood just splatter all over everyone.
Yeah, it makes me think of a couple of questions. Our famous segment. Why was that bus going 97 miles an hour?
To kill.
There's one question.
Andy, this takes place at the exact same time as Speed.
Oh shit. It's a crossover.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if you listen really closely, you hear him go, "It's cannons!"
Nice.
As he drives by, yeah.
Also, second part of my question, did no one see that bus coming?
No?
Okay, third question, was that the quietest diesel engine of all time? You can hear a bus coming.
That's true, you can.
Especially if it's going 97 miles an hour in a residential area.
The bus that couldn't slow down.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was around the time. I mean, this movie was already silly, but this death, I was like, oh, this is like a very silly movie. This is a silly movie.
Yeah. I just liked the suddenness of it, because with Todd's, we watched we're like, oh, Todd's about to die.
Yeah.
With this one, there was nothing telling us Terry was about to die.
No. Comes out of nowhere, and that's cool. Nice little jump scare.
Yeah. And then seeing all the blood, like, they get covered in her blood.
Yeah, which makes me think, like, she's vaporized. This bus was going, like, Mach 10.
There will be no body.
Yeah. Oh, Nassau County, we're testing the new rocket bus. Be aware.
It'll get you from Valley Stream to Merrick in 40 seconds.
In 0.9 seconds. We got it under a second, so just look both ways.
You won't see it. It's faster than the speed of light.
Yep. It will vaporize you.
The news says that there's a new theory on what happened on the plane, and there is a leak of some sort. Alex sees the outline of the plane and figures out the pattern and realizes the teacher, Luton, is going to be next. We then cut to Luton on the phone, and Alex goes to her house and snoops around because he's a fucking idiot.
Here's my next question. Why is this the way you'd go about this?
I'd call her.
Yeah, or like knock on her door.
Right. I wouldn't hover behind a tree.
Around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like check the tire pressure and all that shit. Like, you look like you are sabotaging to kill her. You're already the main suspect here. What are you fucking thinking?
He is so dumb.
Yeah, it's because he never closes his mouth, Robbie. His brain's not getting enough oxygen.
He's a mouth breather. We get it. He is a mouth breather.
Yeah. But like, I would just like knock on the door like, hey, look, I know this sounds crazy, but like, you're witnessing all this. This is crazy. So like, hear me out.
Hey, I'm your student. And this is crazy, but you're gonna die. So watch out, maybe.
That's very good, Robbie. It's very good. Because what we learn later is that you can cheat death if you're just super careful. So what he should have done is, hey, Miss whatever, here's my theory. Take it or leave it. Okay, I don't want you to die, but here's my theory. Just be really careful. Like, make sure you watch everything you do. Yada, yada, yada. You know? Don't just skulk out her house like a fucking creep.
Yeah, because the minute she sees him, she's like, well, I'm calling the FBI.
Yeah.
Which is
weird.
Shrek. You should call 911, really.
Yeah, but she's got a direct line to the FBI agents. I'd probably do that too.
And here's a question. Is Agent Shrek around the corner waiting?
Evidently, yeah.
Because he pulls up immediately.
Yeah, and I like how they just pull up and they're like, get in the car.
Yeah. Alex goes with the FBI agents, and a draft comes through Luton's window. As Alex is being interrogated, Luton listens to some John Denver. She sees a dark figure or like a shadow while she starts making a kettle of water. I like that more than the liquid flowing about.
Yeah, I'm assuming that that's the only way you can like portray like an ominous feeling of dread without like how do you show that? So I guess a dark presence. Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah,
sure.
I like that.
Yeah.
She goes to pour herself a cup of tea but freaks out and throws it. And then she pours herself some vodka and it breaks her mug. But she doesn't notice the giant fucking crack.
Also, it's leaking so much, and she's just walking. What are you doing?
She's not even drunk yet.
Right. Well, also, everybody knows you don't go hot to cold.
Right.
With glass, it's gonna crack. It's gonna shatter.
But also, this is a mug. It's ceramic. It wouldn't shatter that quickly, that easily.
That's true.
Like, yes, it can break like that, but that would not have happened to a ceramic mug.
I think if anything, it would like burst. It would like.
Yeah,
like
probably.
You know, not like a little crack. I don't think.
But how did she not notice it? It would have been dripping on her foot.
Email in if you're a ceramics expert.
Yeah.
RoydsReview@gmail.com.
Small drops of vodka go into her computer, and eventually it explodes, and a piece of the screen shoots off, slitting her throat.
Yeah.
This is a cartoonishly violent death.
Yeah, I didn't like this one.
She's like
so silly. She's
staggering around the house, bleeding profusely. Things start catching fire.
Yeah. It seems like they came up with 4 different deaths for her, and they're like, fuck it, we'll do them all.
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, the screen blows up, boom, slit throat. Okay. If it was just that, cool. Then there's a fire. Okay. If she died in a fire, cool. Then it's knives.
Yeah.
She died by knives? Okay, cool. Then it's an explosion. She died in an explosion. Cool. But they did it all, so it's, like, not cool. It's just like, okay, that's way too much.
You just packed it way too much. It's so silly. It's getting to the point where it's like, this is now funny.
Yes, this was funny. And like a knife falls directly in her chest, like right in the center of her chest. And then a chair falls to like knock it in.
And then Alex shows up.
He's just like, oh my God, what do I do?
And grabs the knife.
Yes, he pulls it out. What are you doing?
Why would you put your prints on the knife? Why?
It's silly. This is where, like, I didn't remember this death either from my first viewing. And because it's stupid. It's dumb, and it doesn't stick with you.
The movie has really fallen apart by this point.
Yes, but it gets back together in a little bit.
Carter, Billy, and Claire drive, and Billy is telling Carter to follow all the rules of the road.
Oh, real quick, the teacher's death, 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Billy's being really annoying. Tell him to follow all the rules of the road.
Yes.
And then they pull up at Jones Beach and they split up. Claire's like, I'm going to go off on my own. But instead of coming across the Gilgo Beach killer, she just finds Alex immediately sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
And this is where she tells a sad story about her dad getting killed. But this also leads more into they must have some sort of connection because she knew exactly where he was.
Yeah, that's true. Didn't think about that.
They're driving Alex to Claire's dad's cabin, and Carter flips out and decides he's going to drive like a madman, and he puts the pedal to the metal.
I like how everybody's like, dude, can you stop? And Billy is still insufferable. He's like, I'm never gonna kiss a girl.
Yeah.
Shut up, Billy. Shut up.
Carter then parks on the train tracks, and everyone but Carter gets out of the car. And eventually he's like, yo, you know what? No, I don't want to do this. And his car won't start. So Alex saves him. I didn't realize he saved. I wrote Alex tries to save him, but to no avail. And then I had to backspace and goes, oh, it actually does.
Yeah, the editing, it looks like he runs out of time.
Yeah.
But
and then,
nope, he pulled him out.
As Billy is yelling at Carter, the train hits a piece of metal, it fires up, and it cuts Billy's head clean off.
Yeah, right at the jaw.
Yeah.
That's my favorite death in the movie. That's an 8 out of 10, brother.
I'll give you 8 out of 10 also. I loved it. I didn't do
Yeah.
ranking ahead of time, so I'm just doing them on the spot.
Yeah,
But
brother.
I absolutely love that. I also love this little detail that Carter has pissed his pants.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
If you look, yeah, he has clearly pissed his pants.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, and no one
I would
mentions
also
it.
piss my pants.
So would I.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't even need to be in the car at that point. If I watched someone I knew get their head cut off, I'd piss and shit my pants immediately.
I'd piss and shit my pants like right now. I did. That's what I did. I pissed and shit my pants. So just give me a minute while I go change.
Take your
Clean
time.
up a little bit. All right.
That's 2 incidents on this episode. One for me, one for you.
Oh, we're there's a new record.
That's good.
As in like low record because we're always pissing and shitting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm usually just doing this in a diaper.
Yeah. I do like how after Billy dies, nobody's like, "Oh man, Billy died." Like they're like, everybody's like, "Good." It's less about, "Oh shit, Billy died," and it's more like he's smiling because he's like, "I figured out the pattern."
Yes.
And there's no remorse for Billy's death.
Because they don't care anymore. They know they were gonna die.
Right. And it's more just like there's elation because, oh, I figured it out. It's like, dude, your friend just died. His head is over there. His body's over there. What are you doing?
Alex rants about how Carter was supposed to be next. Oh, we also missed a little bit part earlier that I meant to mention is when they go to the statue that they unveiled and Carter tries to etch in Terry's name into the statue. Alex death-proofs the cabin. He then yells at the concept of death itself.
Yeah. This is where it's like, it's weird that he gets he kind of goes crazy because he understands it now.
Right.
And so now he's like, I'll just live really carefully. And it works. Like death tries to get him several times, but he's just too careful.
But he also realizes that he has the order wrong.
Yes.
So,
but then why was death trying to get him?
It wasn't. He was just imagining it.
Oh, so those were just like...
Because he's paranoid.
Right. Those are just coincidences.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, he was setting up all these things, and that's why none of it kills him. Like, that when that thing, shoots out of the door, that very easily could have stabbed him, but it just didn't.
Interesting.
So,
maybe I'm wrong. You can't just be careful. You're gonna die.
Well, I think you can just be careful. But, I think right now, he's just paranoid, and they're just showing that, oh, every little thing in his mind means, oh, he's close to death. Every little creak, every little crack.
Yeah.
Because in his mind, he should be next. But then he realized, oh, fuck, I switched seats.
Yeah.
So that Claire is actually next after Claire reveals that she's not going to turn Alex into the FBI. It's like, we have a connection.
Yeah. Okay.
The cops show up for Alex and he escapes via canoe.
Yeah.
This is where I start not to understand where we are. Because we see them at Jones Beach at one point.
Mm-hmm.
We see them at JFK Airport. But then they're going up to Claire's dad's cabin, which I'm assuming is somewhere upstate. Okay.
Right, I can't think of like a big lake with a cabin like that in Nassau County.
Me neither. But also, like, if he does, he also would also own a cabin so close to his house that it's not even a vacation house.
Yeah, it's just like a shed.
Yeah. So I don't understand, like, how far did he canoe?
It was the Great Lakes.
Well, like, I'm wondering, did he canoe across the Long Island Sound? Was he up in Connecticut and fucking canoed across the Sound or something? I didn't get it. I have no idea where these houses are.
I don't know. Not important. I'm maybe it's hoity-toity town up North Long Island, you know?
Listen, it very well might be, but again, you own a cabin up there? What, do you spend $1 million and you own a cabin? What are your property taxes like on that? How rich was Claire's dad that they didn't sell that house after he died?
Well, this is the year 2000.
That's true.
It was a little easier.
Claire tries to free her dog as a loose wire. It's it's pointless. I was so confused going.
No, I agree with you.
And maybe I was more confused as someone who grew up and to this day still lives on Long Island, that I'm going, none of this makes sense. I don't know where they are.
I don't know.
Claire tries to free her dog. A loose wire is going crazy. She then tries to escape, but her car gets stuck. Alex shows up to save her, and he believes by skipping her and going right to him, it'll be all over. I don't know why he thinks that, why he doesn't think death will just loop back around.
Right. Like, why are you so sure and willing to bet your entire life on it?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Also, I didn't like any of this. I don't like literally running from death. I don't like that.
No. And it's also, it makes no sense that he survives this also.
Right, and they show them doing chest compressions on him. It's like that. So a while ago, I went through CPR training for my job, and like the guy who trained us, he was like,
"Oh God, school these days teaching CPR."
Yeah.
Oh, wokeness never ends.
CPR, DEI, other acronyms, but like, what was it? Oh yeah, he was teaching us chest compressions, and he was like, guys, I've been doing this for 15 years, and I can count on one hand the amount of people that chest compressions have saved. It's like, okay, so you're right. They seem to work in movies very well.
Oh yeah. I took CPR training, and the lady said to us, you want to do it to, like, think of like a song, and you do it to the rhythm of a song at 120 BPM. So I did.
Nice.
And
I did Raining Blood. I was like,
my patient died.
Yeah. I mean, you tried it on a real person.
Yeah, they used real patients.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just collapsed their chest cavity. Jesus Christ, dude. Well, yeah, I didn't like that. She's like running, and death is like right at her heels. Like it's stupid. I didn't like that at all. Yeah, I did not like that at all. And then like just the weird scenario that takes place, like they're like in her garage, like there's something explosive under the car. There's also loose wires. It's like, this is so stupid. And that's why I didn't remember it. Like,
your home inspector failed.
Truly.
Your home inspector did an awful job.
As I was watching it, I was like, I don't remember how this movie ends. And it's because it's bad. It's bad and stupid.
It's very bad. So they all survive. And then 6 months later, Alex, Claire, and Carter fly to France? Insane.
Yeah, that is crazy. After everything you've been through, you still got on a plane. You're out of your fucking gourd, brother.
These teenagers enjoy a beer in France, and Alex says, it feels like something is missing. Your whole class.
Yeah, it's probably all the dead people. Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, he starts bringing up the plan again, and he now thinks that he's next, and it's not over. He goes to leave, and he gets saved by both Claire and Carter. And then as Carter's like, who's next? We see scaffolding fall on him pretty much, although it cuts.
Yep. End credits.
Yep. To a blood, sweat, and tears cover.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like the very end, how it's like, no, you didn't escape death.
Right.
I like that.
I think Claire is in the sequel, right? She's the main character of the sequel.
I believe so. I don't know if I've ever seen the second one, but I've seen the third and maybe some others. And I like them.
I've never seen any of them.
They're good. I like them. And it's because they figured out this is what the people want. Just want like gruesome deaths. And that's what we want, you know?
We do want gruesome deaths.
Yeah, not for us.
No, for me.
But for viewing pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah. Snuff films. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Andy. No.
No. Oh, no. Robbie, should we go to Letterboxd?
I think we should go to Letterboxd, and you can follow us on Letterboxd at TheRoydsBand. Let me type in Final Destination. Typing it in. Wouldn't you know I'm typing it in?
Destinación
Very
de
good.
la Finale.
Very, very good. All right.
Orchard.
So, I don't think this movie is great, but I don't think this movie is terrible. I don't love it. I don't like it. I would give it 2.5 stars. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm hovering between 2 and 2.5, so I'll go 2.5.
Look at that. Easier than peasier. It has 3.2 on Letterboxd, so we are bringing it down a little bit. Sorry, Mr. Wong.
That's all right. I mean,
it's my apology to James Wong.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right.
I think so too.
I think that I'm gonna see the new one.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna see it because I like these. And
I probably won't see it because this is the only one I've seen.
Yeah.
All
right. Robbie, I've got 3 trivia.
Andy, that's incredible that you say that because I also have 3 trivia.
Wow.
Would you like to go first?
Sure.
Go for it.
What was the original title of this movie? Was it Premonitions, Cheating Death, Flight 180, or Fate Escape?
Premonitions.
No.
Cheating Death.
No.
What was the last one?
Fate Escape.
Ape Escape.
It was Ape Escape.
Yeah, that's incredible.
No, it was Flight 180.
Huh. Well,
Yeah.
you just took away one of my trivia questions. What is the name of the high school in Final Destination?
Flight 180.
Westfield High, Mount Abraham High, Clear River High, Valley View High, 180 High.
180 High. What was the first one?
Westfield High.
That one.
No.
What was the second one?
Mount Abraham High.
That one.
Yes.
Hey. What kind of car does Carter drive? Is it a 1971 Chevy Nova, a 1979 Ford Mustang, a 1977 Dodge Charger, or a 2005 Hyundai Elantra?
It's definitely not the last one.
Nah, that's my old car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were the options again?
Chevy Nova, a Ford Mustang, or a Dodge Charger?
Ford Mustang.
No.
Chevy Nova.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, to be clear, I don't know shit about cars.
They have
But
4 wheels, Sandy.
That's for sure. I guess I do know some shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's strictly IMDb's.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What is Miss Luton's first name? Valerie, Meredith, Brittany, Lucy.
Meredith.
No.
Lucy.
No. I thought her name was Lucy Luton.
Oh. What was the second one?
Meredith.
Oh, what was the first one?
Valerie.
Valerie.
It is Valerie. Why don't you come on over, Valerie?
Well, sometimes I forgot the words already.
Well, sometimes I get a crack in my mug, and it leaks into my computer. And then my computer explodes, and a shard from the screen slits my jugular. Yeah, this is good stuff.
How many people died in the plane explosion? Was it 196, 287, 253, or 231?
196.
No.
231.
No.
What were the other two options?
287, 253.
287.
Yes.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
Trivia was hard for this one.
Since you already got one of my trivias, I'm going to go ahead and do a different... I'm going to change my trivia. How many people from the school died in the plane crash?
39.
Yeah, it's 39. What is the flight number of the plane?
180.
What airport are they leaving from?
JFK.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's one. What swamp-dwelling ogre was an agent of the FBI in this movie?
Oh, it was Shrek.
Hey.
Yes. Andy.
Bobby.
Oh, you'll never guess what I did.
You'll never guess what I did.
What did you do?
Let's say it. 3, 2, 1.
Killed Dracula.
Made a duker. I would have never guessed that you killed Dracula.
I killed Dracula. Stabbed him right in the heart.
Would you have guessed that I made a duker?
Yeah.
Damn.
But I also wrote a song.
Oh, me too.
I also have a pick to flip.
Well, I suggested you flip that shit. Right.
Well, call it.
Heads.
It's heads. You win. You win heads. No, you don't. No, you don't win heads. Oh, he's sad. But you do win.
Okay. I choose
Squirtle.
Yes. What kind of song you got?
It's a little different.
Okay.
A little weird.
Okay, you go first. Go first.
A little off-putting.
I've been off-putting for a while now, Robbie.
Nice.
That's not true. I eat pudding every day. That's not true either.
I was gonna say you shouldn't eat it every day. Pudding's good, but
why don't you tell us about your song?
Yeah. My song is called Everybody's Gonna. It's kind of like peer pressure, but like in the future, like everyone's gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, my song is called Everybody's Gonna, and it's a little bit weird, a little bit different. Not really much to say about it, but it goes like this.
Terry got hit by a bus right in front of us. Everyone was splattered in Terry's blood. Billy lost his head, everything went red. He was standing by the train and now Billy's dead. Everybody's gonna die, everybody's gonna die. You can run as long as you want, but everybody's gonna die. We all tried to extend our stay, but it could end any day. It comes for all of us. Death comes for all of us. Life can be such a fragile thing. It could end before the fat lady sings. It comes for all of us. Death comes for all of us. Todd got choked in the tub. He was my best bud. And when they found him, he was lying in the suds. Luton died at home, a knife through her chest bone. She started a fire, the fault was all her own. Everybody's gonna die, everybody's gonna die. You can run as hard as you like, but everybody's gonna die. We all tried to extend our stay, but it could end any day. It comes for all of us. Death comes for all of us. Life can be such a fragile thing. It could end before the fat lady sings. It comes for all of us. Death comes for all of us. pain, 'cause we got off the plane, unlike all our classmates, and I looked insane. Yeah, we're still alive, working to survive, following the pattern, and up Carter just died. Everybody's gonna die, everybody's gonna die. You can run as hard as you want, but everybody's gonna die. We all tried to extend our stay, but it could end any day. It comes for all of us, death comes for all of us. Life can be such a fragile thing, it could end before the fat lady sings. It comes for all of us, death comes for all of us.
That was my song called Everybody's Gonna.
I like it.
Thanks.
Yeah, I like the there's like 3-part harmony on that guitar.
It's actually just 2. Yeah. One of them I used the well, it sounds kind of funky because on one of the guitar solos I used my Donner, what is this called? A dynamic wah pedal. So it just kind of keeps the wah on. Yeah.
Yeah, like auto wah.
Yeah, and it kind of just makes it sound a little funky. And
Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
And yeah, so really, yeah, it just kind of it's a little bit different. Yeah, I really don't know what to say. I kind of wanted to write something a little fun and boppy, and it was one of those ones where I was just kind of doing the G on the piano, and it's really for the verse I was doing G and a dun dun dun, you know, and then I just kind of flowed right into the A minor. It just worked, and that's what I did. You know, it's one of those songs where if you listen to all the parts separately, they all sound like different songs.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I thought it came together well. Ultimately, I was pretty happy with this one. I thought this one came together pretty nicely.
Yeah, I like it. It's good stuff.
Thank you. Andy, tell me about your song.
No.
Should I just play it? I guess?
That's new. That's new.
Right? It is new.
Just changing it up, you know. My song is called Premonitions, and it's about this movie. And
what movie?
Final Destination. Yeah. I used my my SG. I can't see it. Well, it's over there. And it's that's tuned to D standard, and then I dropped the low D to a C, so it's in drop siggity C.
So I need a Siggy right now.
Hey, and so I use this 5-string bass that I got over here. And yeah, it's a little bit of rock, a little bit of roll. And I find that, you know, singing is a lot easier when your guitar is tuned lower.
Yeah.
Turns out. Yeah. So, yeah, it's called Premonitions. It goes like this.
I saw a soul die on that plane, and I know that it's insane, but I know all of your fates. Premonitions of our deaths. I can see your last breath. Are we chained to our fate, or is there a way we could ever escape? Death takes us each one by one. I know the order which it's done. I know it might sound really dumb, but it's coming for us. Run! Premonitions of our death.
That's my song called Premonitions.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, rock as well as roll. I'm normally not really, like a big time metal guy, but there is something about a down-tuned guitar and a big chunky fucking power chord
That
just
sounded
gets you going, brother.
sounded good. Bold move to open with the brown note. My room,
Yeah.
this room smells terrible.
Yeah, that's the thing about Drop Siggity C is you will shit your pants. Yeah. But
I did.
good stuff, Robbie.
Thanks.
Yeah, I towards the end I start with the drums. And also that's I tried to use the double bass pedal on the drums, but I am not proficient enough with that to do it. So I ended up doing it with the single, and so one of my calves is way bigger than the other.
Oh, calf man.
Yeah, but just one.
Part man, part baby cow.
That's me.
Mm,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
calf man.
Yeah. So there's that, but also I just figured the song needed a little more than just riff chorus. So towards the end I just did a build up and then I just started playing the drums.
I liked it.
I didn't have a riff to play to it. So it just kind of works. So at first it's kind of sloppy, but then it finally kind of falls into the groove. And I really like the last fill that I did, so I was like, I'm gonna just let it rock until that.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. So it's sloppy at first, but then it gets it together a little bit. But rock and roll, that's rock. And roll.
Rock, and that is rock and roll.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my song Premonition. Robbie, what do we got going on next week?
That's an excellent question. We are getting ready for Mission Impossible, the final stunt. And we're doing Mission Impossible 3. Mission Impossible 3.
Oh shit! This is where it gets good again. I think.
I've never seen it,
I think I've seen this.
but we are doing Mission Impossible 3 next week.
Cool. Yeah, we didn't. I remember us not really loving Mission Impossible 2.
I did not like Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah,
I liked
so-
Mission Impossible 1.
Mission Impossible 1's great. Let's see. Let's find out together.
Let's do it, Andy.
Robbie, if you go to Spotify
Yeah.
or Apple Music or Deezer, wherever you get your music, guess what you
Or-
can find?
Or maybe even Jam Tunes.
Hey, you never know. You can find the Royds by typing in the Royds, ROYDS. You'll find a bunch of Robbie, breathe, Robbie. That
A thing just popped up on the Zoom that said playing music. Like, do you think that was music?
Well, you type in the Royds, you'll find a large amount of songs, collections from this podcast, but also albums and EPs that we've released in the past. If you want everything, you go to TheRoyds.bandcamp.com. You will find every single song, guest songs, bonus songs, songs for your mother. But
What?
I don't know.
Well, Mother's Day is coming up, or did it pass?
It's
coming
recent.
up.
Hey,
It's
um,
coming up.
so also the YouTube has all of our
Mother's-
songs as well.
Mother's Day was yesterday. I mean,
Oh, happy Mother's Day! to all the
happy
mothers
Mother's
out there.
Day. Yep, because
Yeah.
we recorded this live.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Robbie, tell the beautiful listeners about the YouTube. A little more about the YouTube and the other socials.
Well, you might be watching us on YouTube right now, and if that's the case, thank you. We really appreciate it.
thank
You
you
have
so
no
much.
idea. You have no
Yeah.
idea how much I appreciate you watching us. on
Hold up.
YouTube. I
If
think-
here, I got something just for the YouTubers. All right.
okay, yeah.
All right. Check this out. I'll do both.
If
Right. So
you wanna
listeners, you have no fucking idea.
you want to see what Andy just did, you've got to watch us on YouTube at the Royds Review Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. Let us know if you could also do this.
And if you're listening on Spotify, comment. What do you think Andy's doing?
Hey.
It's called engagement.
Yeah.
But you can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts. I think I already said we never do that before, but I mentioned podcasts, and you're already listening to us, so why would I do that? I just threw my pen. Out of anger. But you can follow us on the socials at Instagram, at TikTok, or on TikTok, on YouTube, at TheRoydsBand. There we are, there we be. Click the link, and then you'll see you can interact with our smiling, bearded faces. You can tell us what you think of our songs. You can tell us what you think of our glasses. Because we wear glasses, both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little peek behind the curtain for those listening. We both wear glasses. So.
The Iron Curtain. We recorded this in the 80s in Berlin.
You know what? We didn't do that.
You're right.
No, because it's a podcast, and those weren't invented until the
You don't
90s.
know. You don't know. You
I
don't
do
know.
know. I did the first podcast.
Care to elaborate?
No.
That's fair.
I don't need to prove anything. We are beyond proof, Andy. No one needs to prove anything anymore.
Isn't it the truth?
If I say you're a criminal, you're going to El Salvador, brother.
Hey, brother.
Topical.
Yep. Topical.
Like an ointment.
And dark.
It was a little dark. I felt a little, I feel bad. But it's also fucked.
Yeah. The current state of the world. Yeah.
And you know what? We are the ones to solve all these issues. So this is what we do.
Yes,
I
turn
say
to
we
us,
plant
the
a
Royds.
nuclear bomb in the core of the earth and just kill us all. Just blow the earth to fucking bits.
I think there's an easier way.
I think a nuclear bomb in the core of the earth. Oh, I'm sorry. Nuclear bomb at
There
the
it
core
is.
of the earth. And just blow us all to bits.
Okay, what I think, and you could cut this out.
All the rich people will be in space anyway. It doesn't matter.
Well, I think what we should do is
Cut.
Yep.
What I'm saying can't really be done. What you're saying, someone might take us an order.
Yeah.
Me.
Robbie, listen, you have my blessing. All right. You'd be doing the Lord's work.
The Megazord's work.
The Megazord's work. All right. Well, next week, Mission Impossible 3. Please join us. We
not as a guest. We're not inviting all our listeners on as guests right now.
No, but if you want to, email in, maybe we'll think about it.
I mean,
yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Tell your friends. And we'll see you next time.
bye, everybody.
We'll see you, lady.